As the sun rises over the snow-draped mountains of Switzerland, it shines on two familiar silhouettes, Jin and Jungkook of BTS, walking quietly along the serene lakeside paths of Lucerne. Just days after completing their mandatory military service, the two global icons were spotted together in this peaceful European country, sending shockwaves through the global BTS fandom. But this was no ordinary celebrity vacation. According to fans and experts alike, there may be a deeper meaning behind their quiet Swiss journey. The images of the two, clad in simple black coats and masks, have gone viral, evoking not just excitement over their reunion but also reflection. Why Switzerland? Why now? What is it about this particular place that drew them, and immediately after regaining their freedom? Switzerland is a country long associated with neutrality, peace, rebirth, and solitude. For Jin and Jungkook, who have just stepped out of the regimentation of South Korea's military, Switzerland may symbolize a breath of fresh air, both literally and emotionally. It's not just a beautiful destination, says Dr. Seo Eun-yo, a cultural analyst and BTS researcher. The mountains, the quiet, everything about Switzerland aligns with a story of introspection and reconnection. It's very BTS. In the past, BTS has consistently embedded metaphors and psychological symbolism into their work. From their use of Greek mythology in Blood, Sweat, and Tears to the concept of self-discovery in Map of the Soul, the band's artistry is layered and deliberate. This quiet trip, occurring without official announcements or press coverage, feels like a continuation of that tradition. Many armies believe this journey represents healing. Both Jin and Jungkook have endured months of physical training, public absence, and emotional separation from their fans and fellow members. A moment of stillness in the tranquil beauty of Europe could be their way of rediscovering personal balance before they reunite with the group. The setting is gentle, almost like a cinematic pause. One fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "It's like watching them breathe again." In one of the now viral fan photographs, Jin and Jungkook are seen standing near a hillside overlooking Lake Lucerne. Though their faces are partially hidden, the posture is clear. Two men, side by side, shoulders relaxed, surrounded by silence and sky. The image feels almost staged for meaning, yet entirely natural. Further adding to the symbolism is the subtlety of their social media activity. Jungkook's recent post, "Back Where We Belong," sent fans into a frenzy of analysis. Was he referring to being with Jin again? To being on the road? Or perhaps to preparing for the BTS comeback? Jin's own post was even more cryptic, a single dove emoji. In many cultures, the dove represents peace, rebirth, and reunion. Fans have interpreted it as a quiet message. The group is reuniting, step by step, starting here, in the quiet cold. Meanwhile, HYBE has remained silent about the true nature of the trip. No official schedules, no press releases. But BTS has never needed flashy promotions to signal their intent. Every whisper becomes a roar when ARMY starts to connect dots. This journey might be the beginning of BTS's next era, not through grand stages, but through silent healing and brotherhood. It's a transition from soldiers to storytellers, from enforced structure to artistic freedom. And as the full group inches closer to reunification, RM, the last member, is expected to complete his service by late June. This peaceful Swiss moment might mark the first frame of the next BTS story. Critics and fans alike now speculate whether the group's next comeback will embrace this tone of maturity, serenity, and introspection. Will their new music reflect peace over chaos, connection over performance? Whatever form their return takes, one truth remains. BTS has always been more than a band. They are artists who speak through metaphors, who connect through emotion, and who, even in silence, say everything. Jin and Jungkook's appearance in Switzerland may not have been accompanied by press conferences or fanfare, but its emotional resonance is undeniable. For fans around the world, the simple act of seeing them together again, in a place defined by its calm and clarity, is a powerful reminder that the next chapter is coming, not with noise, but with meaning, not through spectacle, but through depth. And as BTS continues to move toward full reunion, the journey of Jin and Jungkook in Switzerland might just be the opening scene in a new story, one of rebirth, resilience, and return. As more details surface surrounding Jin and Jungkook's quiet time in Switzerland, fans are beginning to see this moment as more than just a post-military escape. For a group like BTS, whose every move is often symbolic, deliberate, and emotionally loaded, this trip feels like the soft opening of a powerful new chapter, one filled with intention rather than noise, depth rather than spectacle. Local witnesses in Switzerland described the duo as humble and composed. They weren't accompanied by a flashy entourage or media crew. Instead, the two seemed fully immersed in the moment, stopping to take in the views, sharing quiet conversations, occasionally looking out over the misty valleys in deep thought. Some believe this isn't just a visit for rest, but a location scouting for a project that mirrors their personal evolution, and evolution feels like the right word. BTS has always been synonymous with growth. From teenage rebels to global spokespersons for mental health and self-love, their journey has never been static. This moment in Switzerland could be seen as the emotional bridge between who they were and who they are becoming. No longer just idols, but artists and men who have lived, served, and returned with a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. For Jungkook, who once carried the weight of being the group's youngest, this trip marks his first steps into a new kind of adulthood, one that's less about proving something and more about embracing who he is. For Jin, the eldest, it's a homecoming of a different sort. After being the first to enlist and the first to return, seeing him side by side with Jungkook symbolizes not just leadership, but love, guidance, and continuity. Online, armies have responded with emotion, describing the reunion as healing, cathartic, and inspiring. Fan art has already emerged, drawings of the two walking in snow, sharing a cup of coffee by a fire, or overlooking the Alps with soft smiles and warm scarves. Twitter and Instagram are flooded with poetic captions. "The cold didn't stand a chance against their warmth," one fan wrote. Another added, "They went to find peace and brought it to us instead." The atmosphere is different from previous BTS returns. There's less urgency for performances or award shows. This time, fans aren't demanding, they're waiting. They understand that this return isn't about reclaiming popularity or media dominance. It's about presence. It's about healing. It's about choosing to return not because they have to, but because they want to. And somewhere in the heart of Switzerland, with its still lakes and soft skies, that choice is becoming visible. It's also worth noting that, despite the serene setting, the world they're re-entering is far from simple. Jungkook's recent brush with a privacy invasion at his home in South Korea, a distressing incident involving a stalker who attempted to break in, has reignited conversations about the cost of fame. Fans and public figures alike have demanded stronger protections for artists, citing global privacy laws such as California's 1998 statute as potential models. Amid this concern, their quiet departure to a secluded European setting might also reflect a need for emotional recovery, not just celebration. Anyway, this contrast between the chaos left behind and the calm they found mirrors the very essence of BTS's story. It's always been about transformation. They've shown us how to find strength in vulnerability, courage in fear, and now, perhaps, peace after duty. This trip, then, isn't just a vacation. It's a metaphor for return, a metaphor for growth, a metaphor for love between brothers who have walked through the fire of military life, and now, emerged changed, but still together. And though they've yet to speak publicly about their plans, their presence in Switzerland says more than any press release could. The mountains witnessed it. The skies carried it, and army, they felt it. Deep in their hearts, the comeback may not be dated. But the reunion? It's already here. As the days pass, the mystery around Jin and Jungkook's Swiss journey only deepens, but so too does the comfort it seems to offer. In an age where noise and speed dominate the entertainment world, their silence feels like a gentle rebellion, an invitation to slow down, to listen, to breathe. Back in Seoul, the industry is holding its breath. Music producers, brand executives, and global partners are watching closely, knowing that any movement from BTS could shift the cultural landscape in an instant. The impact of their return will be more than musical. It will be emotional, societal, and even philosophical. After years of waiting, armies are not just anticipating a new album. They're hoping for a moment of reconnection, something that bridges the years of distance and longing. HYBE has remained tight-lipped, offering only vague reassurances about future plans. Yet in the silence, there is power. The absence of promotional posters, hashtags, or countdowns has created a space where something deeper can grow. Trust. Trust that BTS will come back not because they have a schedule to fulfill, but because they have something to say, something real, something earned. The image of Jin and Jungkook walking quietly in the snow has become more than a photo.